Hello everyone, I am Sritama Shaha from the Media Communication batch of 2022 and I will be your host for this seminar. Thank you all for joining in. We have gathered here today for a live interaction with Filza Iqbal from the Communication Management batch of 21. Filza has gained various experiences while studying at SCMC and working with corporates, NGO firms, agencies, and startups. She believes that her journey of studying at SCMC has been exceptional. Contributing to her wholesome college experience is the people she met, the experiences she gained, and the industry she got exposure to. From guest lectures to workshops to club activities, everything has built her as a resilient individual who is ready to face the industry, having learned an ocean load of knowledge in the domains of marketing, service industry, relationship management, creativity, and beyond. Thank you so much, Filza, for joining in this webinar. Before we begin, a quick note for the participants. Please jot down your questions in the Q&A section below and Filza shall answer them at the end of the session. So let us begin, Filza.
Hi, Sritama. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, all right. Hope you're well too. So
yes, I'm really excited to connect with my juniors today. It's been very, very long. So I'm super excited.
All right. So we have a list of questions now. Okay, so let's begin. Firstly, tell us about your journey at SCMC and now that you're graduating soon, how does this feel?
I can finally understand that I'm an adult now and I'm going to pay income taxes and it's crazy. I can't, it's like a very big transition into adulthood. So I'm excited. I think we are very well built through these 3 years to become adults and start working. And just for my juniors, I want them to enjoy and not take any tension till they come to the last semester of their third year. Till then, you guys only have a good time and your only tension should be assignments. That's it.
That was really helpful. So next we have, we have all known you as a very, very active participant in all the co-curricular activities. You were a theatre club head. So how did you manage to balance your active participation in the events like that of Rahi, as well as the academic pressures? So do you think that these experiences have helped you in gaining exposures that have built your people skills?
Yes, so I will very quickly reference this extracurricular performance that I did 2 weeks into my first year. I think a lot of my second years would know that it was the Cardi B performance. And I remember a 2019 batch senior, Shrivar. I remember on that day of Madhyam, I went to Shrivar and I was like, I can't do this. I can't embarrass myself in front of so many people. But he was like, Filza, chill, don't worry about it. And, that performance has stuck with me through my final year. And even when I connect with my seniors, they will, they text saying, how are you, Cardi B, or how are you, Little Phil? So these extracurricular activities you do, the kind of impression you leave on people, and the connections you make, they're so important. Like for me, if I have to pick out two people from FI, like Anish and Hardik from first year, I'll always remember them because of the theater event that they were a part of. So yeah, I don't think so people stress enough, but co-curricular activities are really important. And, I truly believe that we should experience everything, हर चीज का मजा उठाना चाहिए. So like enjoy assignments, submitting assignments late, enjoy all the extracurricular activities that you get to do, and it really, really shapes you. It polishes your personality. It becomes such an important conversation starter, when you leave your college and when you have your juniors or when you have your seniors. And if like I have to talk about Rahi particularly, Rahi is a family, will always be a family. But what I learned as a theater performer is I have to do my part really well. But in theater you have to support each other, all the actors, in doing their part really well if you want the entire performance to be phenomenal. So it's really not about pulling down people, and it's not about always having the spotlight on you. These people's skills, where you have to be really humble and work with everyone. You can only learn them through such sports activities, theater, dance, these club activities. They really help a lot. So yeah, that was phenomenal.
So, like drawing a parallel from what you said last, so how did, if you could elaborate, like how did the interaction and mentoring from your seniors help you?
Okay, so I love my seniors. I miss my seniors. I wish I had seniors. So, the second year, I think, is the sweetest spot, where you have juniors also and you have seniors also. But yeah, the thing with SCMC is, because we are such a small college, and we don't have a lot of people. So even on LinkedIn, there are people who have graduated in 2015 or 2017. I've not even met them, but if I connect with them and I tell them I am an SCMC student, they still talk to me and they really help me out. And they, like, I connected with this senior who is working with Kalari Capital. It's a venture capitalist. And I wanted to know how she made that transition into a VC from a media industry. And she was so helpful, and she guided me, like, how she went about with it. So, this kind of culture between juniors, seniors, your alumni, even the ones you haven't met, is, I think, very, very unique to SCMC, because we are such a small, like, closely knit, batch. And very quickly, like, for the people who are here, if I would really encourage you to connect with your third years and maintain relationships. Like, if I have to just give a really quick shout out to the people in my batch, if you want to start a podcast, you need to connect with Shashwat Chaturvedi. Or if you want to get into finance, Suryansh. If you're super into designing and motion graphics, there's Devansh Kotak and Shraddha Pandey. Really good content writing, Malika Mansoori. Direction, Medha Kapoor. Once these guys, they enter the industry, it'll be very difficult to get hold of them. So, while we're still in college, I will really encourage everyone, our juniors, to stay in touch with us, to keep talking to us, stay in touch with us till you get to your placements. So yeah, if you really have that, like, oh, I want to do something, just like connect with us and yeah, maintain the relation, I would say.
Right. Thank you. That was very helpful.
Yeah.
So, okay, now coming to the main part. You
Mhm.
are one of the very 5 students who was selected by Zomato after multiple rigorous rounds, and that
Yeah.
too with an amazing package.
Yeah.
So, congratulations. And how did you prepare yourself for the job interview? And how is it about maintaining the pressure?
Okay, so I'm going to really elaborate on this, because I feel like till my third year, till this interview particularly, I've gone through a lot of interviews, and I think particularly during the pandemic, I did a lot of internships. So all of those interviews and this interview it was so different. And because it's not really in the media field, it's more about business and analytics. So it was a completely, like, different interview. And even I hope this also helps those who are taking mass communication, because one of the 5 people is Abhinav Singh, and he's the journal head. So, it's like, like, give it a shot whenever you get the chance, and don't ever put a barrier on yourself. Okay, oh, I've only studied, like, I've studied one stream does not mean that you can't, try out with other things as well. Um, so getting to the interview was a mix of stimulation questions, mathematical questions, and economic questions. In terms of the stimulation questions, they were all like, if you are a part of Zomato and you have to get so and so restaurant on board, but they already have an exclusive contract with, say, something like a Swiggy, then how do you convince them to use to come onto Zomato as a platform? Or if there are different branches, and different branches have different kind of profits for a restaurant, but one particular branch is not doing well, how do you pick up their business? For example, this was also a question. And that scene from The Wolf of Wall Street, this is a pen, sell it to me. A lot of people were actually asked those questions. They were asked to sell a pink phone or a financial package, an insurance package. They did that kind of activity with you as well. They also, my interviewer asked me that if you had to redo the complete brand communication and brand image of Zomato, how would you change it? So it was a lot about, great, we liked your CV, great, we liked your interview, your video. We had to submit a 1-minute video as well before we got through the interview round. But they really wanted to know, okay, we want to see your approach to different problems that you will experience as an employee with Zomato. One girl was also asked, if somebody has ordered a lot from you, like, we are catering, and then they back off at the last moment. What are you going to do with all the food? How are you going to sell it? Basically, those are the kind of stimulation question. In terms of mathematics, I was asked an average question, and I got it right. And then the interviewer asked me, oh, but do you think it can be done like this? And because I don't know maths that well, I was like, yeah, I guess you're saying it so it can. But apparently I was right and she was trying to test me. And then the next 5 minutes I had to tell her, ma'am, I can do maths, the interviewer. So it's guesstimates, I have never heard of what guesstimates are. And Abhinav was the one who actually told me. It's something that you learn in your masters. Okay, so if somebody is interested, you can Google, and I practice a few guesstimates before starting, so you can check that out. But it's something that you learn when you're doing your MBA, like that. And economics questions were demonetization and GST and how it has impacted the economy. And it was a 1 hour interview. Everybody was given a 1 hour interview round. So yeah, that's how the interview went. And if I have to tell somebody what are the 3 things you should do, number 1, just be really, really confident. Even if you think what you're saying is nonsense, just be confident while saying that nonsense. It makes a difference. Just really be confident, believe in yourself. Number 2, focus on the approach. We are not supposed to know everything because we are literally just graduating. So don't think about getting the right answers. You're not going to get all the answers right. But it's very important how you approach a question, how you are going to approach a crisis, how you are going to behave in a certain kind of a situation. So your approach to every question, has to be very concise and very clear. And take advantage. Number 3, take advantage of every opportunity. Don't give out on any opportunity. Don't think any opportunity is too small or too big. One opportunity can change your life. So just capitalize on opportunities. And I feel like Simbi really gives us a lot of outlets to keep learning. So yeah, and don't be fake in your interviews. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It was very interesting, and I am pretty sure this is just the first batch. Our batch is the first batch who got this opportunity. I know it's just gonna keep getting better, and much bigger firms, and it's the future is going to be really good for all of our juniors. Yeah.
Thank you. Next is, we have heard a lot about your amazing assignments, interesting presentation styles, and also how they are mostly research-based. I mean, very accurately research-based. So what would you give, what would your advice be to your juniors, that is us, on how to go about assignments or anything like for the video which you spoke about? So what would be your advice?
Okay, my advice would just start off by whatever it is, just try to be different, and you can actually be different by just being true to yourself. Okay, a lot of people say fake it till you make it, but no, be true to yourself. And that shows, because every person is just so different. So don't let your originality ever leave you. Stick to it, be true to it, and keep enhancing it. Anyway, so that is something that I will tell you guys to stick to. In terms of assignments, I don't think so I can talk about Swinbot at all, but Yeah, but you know what I do when I have a lot of time to do an assignment? I just use a lot of research papers. Like Nielsen, KPMG, Deloitte. They have these really, really good research papers that they come out with. So you can, so just try to make it as readable as possible. Canva is your best friend. Use pointers, put the important, like highlight the most important text. Whatever your conclusions are, what my conclusions are, I always put them into double quotations, and I highlight them and I give them like a different color so it's more prominent that this is my understanding from the assignment. I put things in like boxes, into graphs, trying to make it more visual and not just text and not just reading it. So that's what I do. You can do that as well. And you can also, of course, have those winged assignments. And of course, you can have those group assignments that you just and you submit, and you definitely have those moments where you are trying to convince the teacher to accept your assignment because you submitted it after deadline. And everyone will tell you, 5 दिन पहले डाला था assignment. Why didn't you submit it before? You're not going to do it before. You're going to do it on the day.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's completely okay. That's a part of college. Enjoy that part as well.
So yeah, and now looking at the next batch which is going to come. So what kind of experience should the aspirants look forward to now that they are applying for SCMC?
Okay, what experience they can look forward to at SCMC? It's I feel like every person, like every individual, has a very unique experience. Everyone has such a different experience, and I think that's what really makes SCMC so wonderful. That you pick out any person, you pick out any alumni, all of them will have like their own experiences to narrate, and like how it transformed them individually. And it really has like like there are two seniors, 2019 batch, who Ankita and Siddharth, like who I look up to. Even someone named Arman. And it's just, like college has played such an important role for them in kind of figuring out what they want to do, how they want to approach the industry, in just finding themselves. They still live with the roommates that they had in college because those friendships are so strong. And when you go to Bombay, obviously you want to be around people that you're comfortable with, because it's difficult to cracking the industry right at the start. It takes time. So to the people who are who are interested in joining SIMB, I would also say that no college experience is going to be perfect. There are definitely going to be downs. There are definitely going to be times when you're going to question everything. But there are also going to be times when it's going to be amazing, and they're going to be the highs. So sail through the bad times. Don't let them, take over you, and really, really enjoy the good times. And it just gives you a wonderful experience. I had 2 wonderful years. Unfortunately, the last year went into the pandemic, but like the good times, the great times, I don't think so anybody can say, okay, we didn't live our best lives during Symbiosis. So you will definitely live your best life in SCMC.
Right. The pandemic has altered a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
So also, like, now that we're talking about a journey, what would be your favorite part about SCMC? I know it's difficult to choose one thing out of so many, but then still, like, what was your favorite part, and how has the experiences made you the person that you are today? Like, from compared to when you joined and now that you are graduating.
Okay, so what was the best part about SCMC? Yeah, that's true. There's so many things. I think SCMC is a vibe. I think it's it's something completely different. I think I don't know if everybody says that about their college, but I know I can say that about my college. I miss activity lounge. I miss Panjgani. My God, SGK sir, if you're here, please, if it's not possible for the second years, please start Panjgani again for the first years. I just really want to quickly talk about this because we were the last batch who got Panjgani. Panjgani, basically, the entire batch is taken to Panjgani, and we do like a lot of mental health exercises and meditation, and we eat really good food, and we stay in hostels, whatever. So, when we were in our first years before we were going to go to Panchgani, I remember we asked all our seniors, what is Panchgani? What is Panchgani? Kya hota hai Panchgani mein? And no one said anything. They said what happens in Panchgani stays in Panchgani. And literally, even for us, if you come to our batch and ask us what happened in Panchgani, apart from like the basic details, we will not tell you anything because people really open up and talk about a lot of things. So that kind of commitment, that resilience ke nahi, like we are going to stay faithful. We're not going to talk about what happened in Panchgani. What happens in Panchgani stays in Panchgani. So that was, like a crazy experience. And really quickly, like going back to Zomato, this is also something that I will always remember college for. Our batch, thankfully, we are not a very competitive batch. We are not like, we don't want each other to grow. The 5 people who got into Zomato, all 5 of us were like in loop with one another. So when somebody's interview got over, they told the other person, okay, this is what happened and this is what happened, even if somebody did not really get through. And I feel like that is the reason why from SCMC, 5 people got selected, when from other colleges, usually it was less than that. So yeah, so I feel like that kind of, bond, that kind of friendship uh, is also a characteristic of SCMC.
You really made me miss college, and also the fact that we did not go to Panchgani. That was pretty sad. But then I really love how you talk. You're very good conversation, which I really love. I love the way you talk. But anyway, this was very interesting, and I think we are done with the questions. And of course, thank you so much for this conversation. We have quite a lot of questions coming up in the Q&A. So let me just look into them. Yeah. So what is your job role at Zomato?
Okay, so the job role is that of a business analyst. All 5 of us are business analysts. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Zomato basically has issued an IPO. So they are really expanding their services in India. So literally every tier 1, tier 2 city, Zomato wants to make its presence in. So this is basically a 2-year business analyst kind of a program. So they had a mass recruitment throughout the best UG colleges in India, and they like picked out candidates from all of these places. So, I got placed in Pune. Hopefully I get to meet some of my juniors when I get to Pune. But yeah, some people got placed in Bombay, Goa, Dehradun, and tier 2 cities as well. So it's basically you're encouraged to complete 2 years as in the role of a business analyst. And if your performance is really good, then after 2 years, they will, give you a promotion, give you all of like those additional perks. And yeah, for now it's business analyst, retail facing. So we'll be facing the restaurant partners. What else? We are still, we haven't gotten much clarity. Our job starts on July 5th, but we have been told it'll be kind of an analytical job. And we'll be we'll be receiving our induction on the 3rd of July. At 5th July, we start. So it's a business analyst job role.
All right. That was really nice. And best of luck. Also, yeah, there is another question that we have. Any tips on how can we choose our specialization for second year? This is from someone in first year.
Yeah. Now, choosing the right specialization is actually very, very important. A lot of people get confused between ad and AV. That's what I've seen. A lot of people who wanted to take AV, they ended up taking ad. Vice versa, not really sure. It does get a little difficult, but I think you need to kind of identify what you want to do. Okay, so and not just I want to do this, but you're also supposed to look at the market and see, how much is the market growing. If you see that you want to get into some industry, but that market, that that industry is not growing that much, so it's better to go for something that will give you more growth as an individual as well. So focus on, yes, definitely the things that you want to do, what you are passionate about. Of course, you can change the game for the industry if you're really passionate about something, but also try to go beyond only your likes, and read about different markets, because even though we are studying a lot in the media and about the media industry, we are still in a bubble. The industry is still huge in terms of startup, ed tech, health tech, food tech, like with Zomato, electric cars. Now you have aerospace as an industry, which is just booming. So, like, don't limit yourself, and think about the future, think in the long term, and go for a specialization in that manner.
Yeah. Also, this is a very nice question, that you have attended both in-campus lectures and virtual classes.
Yes.
So what is the biggest thing that you have missed about physical lectures?
What to not miss about physical lectures? Sitting with your friends, first of all, sharing a desk. I don't know if you guys will be sharing. I think you will be sharing a desk, I think, when you go back. But just being able to share a desk and have people sit at the back, have people sit in the front, you know, um, get scolded for using every time somebody's phone, not every time, but they will be on, they'll forget to keep it on mute or something, and some voice will come out. So that is also super entertaining. I do miss the movies that we used to watch, and we used to like mostly sleep by the end of it. I'm really happy, that we have these two air conditioned classrooms, these 2, 3 classrooms. Dude, they're amazing. I don't know any college which has AC classrooms. So just when it gets cold, it's too good. It's too good. And but I pay more attention in online classes. In physical classes, masti mein, sometimes you end up not paying that much attention. But I have a friend, Anamika, who she pays attention. And I feel like in our generation, we have forgotten how to pay attention. Every 2, 3 seconds, we need to start fidgeting. And she's a person who's not on social media. So, that is why attention span is so good. I really look up to her. I want to get that kind of an attention span in my life as well. But yeah, there is so much to miss about physical college. I think everything, just even being able to see the professors, and doing there is this Professor Beduria sir, and all the seniors used to call him Baidu, and he's like super smart. And I remember like telling my friends in class, just whispering, I want to get at that level where I call him Bedu and not Beduria sir. And he's just like, Filza, what are you talking about? And then I had to tell him that I'm telling them I want to call you Bedu. Unfortunately. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah, thank you. That is really nice. Okay, Filza, we have a lot of questions coming in, but due to time limitations, we have to restrict ourselves here. But perhaps we'll be able to communicate with you outside of this forum and still seek your guidance and your amazing skills. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Thank you so much for having me. And I don't know who all are here, but thank you so much for listening. And please text me if you have any questions. Please text your TYs, maintain a connection with them. And yeah, just like I said, don't take any tension till you come to your last semester in third year. Okay, till then, just be chill, have a good time. Work hard, but don't take too much tension on your head. Okay, just enjoy. Okay.
Thank you, Filza, for taking time to share your experiences with us. It was an interesting session, and I'm sure that it has given us a very good framework for making the most of our college years. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of our attendees for joining this session, and we look forward to providing you with many more informative seminars in the future. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you. Take care.